second. We're tattooing them. Bottom second. We are hitting them hard. Luke said
we got to do an intro and stuff. You know what I mean?
Closed captions on. I feel like, was this room not destined to be on a podcast?
Gentlemen.
Boys the color! Boys the color! Boys the colors!
Gets me every time.
Been too long, boys, since we opened her up with the iconic open. And what better way to do it than number 20, 2-0, baby. Episode 20, HTC, and a good one. And a good one. You see it in my name, okay? We're buyers. A little peculiar going in at the deadline, 1 game under, not playing the best baseball right now, but I'd say vibes are high, fellas. My goodness, coming off a deadline yesterday as we record this here, Tuesday, August 4th, the 20th. We had the doubters, but we keep on fighting on. How we feeling, fellas? My goodness, a lot to talk about and little time here for HTC Nation.
We're all right. We're hanging in there, I think. 57. Wish we were a little bit above, but hopefully those additions to the pen will help. No, definitely we're going to talk about that, but we're all right. I think we're doing okay.
Lucas, I remember you had said, man, like you wanted them to answer the bell there. BC, I feel like answered it. I really do.
Oh yeah, I mean, he definitely, of the teams that were around the wild card, we definitely made some of the better improvements. I know the Diamondbacks didn't really do much. Cardinals kind of sold off.
Yeah.
I mean, I know the Cubs added a lot, but they're kind of running away with the top wild card spot. So I feel pretty good. Wish they played Cincinnati a little better, but you know, they're in it, which is all you can hope for, and they're buying. So it's cool to have that. That's not often for us Bucco fans.
Yeah, man. Go back to last deadline where obviously shipping guys out of town, what a difference 12 months makes. And yeah, it feels like, I mean, this year, I think in 4 months into the season, they've earned it. They've earned the opportunity to add in. I know I heard a lot of different analysts on MLB Network yesterday saying how it's cool to see the Pirates go for it. Because you see, like you said, Cardinals, Marlins in front of us in the standings, selling their starting catcher, getting rid of pitchers. I mean, we're even talking about that move we made with them too, which is just kind of bonkers to think about. Us taking one of, not their best reliever, but a great reliever from them, with them right in front of us, contending for that spot. So, man, it's a good day to be a Bucco fan. It's still, as you said, though, Lucas, tough coming at the heels of a tough 4-game series there in Cincy, but now flip on over to Milwaukee. I got him going over the shoulder here. We got to start with Lukey Weaver. I couldn't find any Mets highlights, but we got Yankees highlights from him, 2025. So last year, I mean, I'm over the moon for this guy. He's just nasty. The numbers are great. He had kind of a shaky April. And I remember we saw him that first series way back in March when the Buccos opened the season. But this is a guy. This is a guy that they got with some great numbers, great experience, and pitching in high leverage. So I just can't wait to see the trickle down effect with him, with all these other guys. But start with it, man. What comes to mind just catching him back out there?
Yeah, I mean, he's absolutely nasty, and definitely was a guy that I wasn't even on my radar. I mean, I know we were tied to him a lot, but I always thought, just based off his numbers, like he was going to cost a lot. I mean, he kind of was the second best closer out there statistically after Miller. So I definitely thought it was going to cost more than our number 10 prospect and a guy we got in the Hayes trade, who honestly started the year pretty terribly and had 2 hot months, and we flipped him for a closer for this year and next, with the Mets paying money, which is insane. I mean, that was an absolute great deal for us. So whether he pitches that well or not, continues to, I think it's nice to have a guy that has the closing experience that can kind of say he's a 9-8. Mason Montgomery now seems like a 9-8 guy, and you can kind of shuffle and fill guys the rest of the way, which is what I think we've been hoping for. So it was awesome to see Charrington deliver on that.
Big time, man. Like the numbers, they don't lie. 32 years old, so I had just a bunch of righties, just hammering the righties into the bullpen. But yeah, right-handed pitcher there, 2-1 with the 1.84. And what I love is it comes down to just the swing and miss. I mean, he's got a .82 whip, and then the opponent average is sitting at a 162 clip. So like now you think about what's in there, even just with Weaver. We'll get to those other three that we added on top too. And there's one on Saturday, sneaky. He already made an impact to start of this Brewers series in Doval coming from the Yankees as well. But man, you got a lot of swing and miss, which I understand we've had some struggles with some of those guys. Montgomery has been on of late, and he was huge last night.
Awesome.
So yeah, man, it's so good to be added, and it goes back to them being just kind of right there. They're sitting 3.5 back of the third wild card spot. So man, they're just going in, man. They're rewarding 4 months of good baseball.
Yeah, it's been awesome. I mean, I think, having competitive Pirate baseball early August is a luxury we're not used to. And it's cool seeing the front office back that. I know. Let's keep it going. But no, they made the right moves. The only thing, maybe gone another bat just because of all the injuries and everything to help out with that DH spot or maybe an outfielder. But other than that, yeah, I'd give it probably like an A minus, honestly, in terms of the deadline trade acquisitions.
Yeah, like Luke, that's a great call in terms of the give up for Weaver. It's one guy who was a
Yeah.
top 10 prospect, but yeah, he just had a scorching July. I saw it was the most home runs professional baseball, single A, double A, triple A, major leagues. No one hit more homers in the month of July than Stafora. But it's a position of strength for us. Like I text you guys like where, yeah, maybe you move him further down the line, but why hold on to him when he's just blocked by, yeah, he's got Tamar in front of him, even with Tamar coming off, Tamar Johnson having a rough go of it here in 26. So, man, kudos to moving. And then it didn't seem like gave up a whole lot elsewhere, too. I know the other big one was Bidwa going over to the Marlins in that return deal for Lake Bacher. Are you kidding me? First name Lake, who another big boy right there. This year, a lot of swing and miss. I saw right now he's coming off of a 3.84 earn run average, it looks like. And, that's you have that guy control through 2030. Weaver 2027. I know we got some question marks for next year, but I mean, you got the Mets helping pay for that too. So both teams kind of benefit, and we're benefiting immediately for sure. And what else do you see? You like Yates as well coming in from that side. That was kind of a cheap deal that they were able to get him.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, it's a nice veteran present, a guy that's been there, had some closing experience, and is still striking out guys at a really, really good clip. Um, but yeah, I mean, just to touch on what O said with an A minus, I think when they were going into it, a lot of the analysts and pundits were kind of saying it was being phrased, do you want the closer or do you want a bunch of relievers that can kind of fill out this bullpen? And they did both. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, he nailed it, I think. I don't think that there was any other moves that he could have made that would have worked. But yeah, he got a couple cheap guys. He traded one guy in the top 30 prospect list and filled out a bullpen with very serviceable arms. So yeah, I mean, Bidwa is tough, but he's also a little bit like Stafora, where he had a great, couple months last year of hitless baseball, but really didn't have it this year. And to be able to get a guy that is in the threes in the ERA and is in kind of an innings eater back there, I think that's a huge, huge add for this bullpen, especially with Keller going down and Majinski maybe going to the rotation, it seems like.
Right. The Keller news kind of mixed in there. And It's the fact we could digest that. Couldn't even imagine that start of the year because really the rotation has been healthy, been super healthy this year,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which we're fortunate for that, man, to have these guys going. Maybe someone we talk about Skeens needing a phantom IL stint, potentially even him having some time off with the All-Star break. But yeah, Keller, that's a huge blow out for the season. It's a big blow because of the name, but like, yeah, it seems like we've got the horses to kind of slot in there. I know JoeyO's fired up to get Carmi Majinski back in there. It seems like that. I don't know if they've announced that officially, but that's got to be what's going to happen in the
Yeah, that's the only thing that makes sense, right? Now that we got those bullpen arms, you
yeah.
feel more comfortable moving him out of there. It is funny because he had that quote come out about wanting more, high leverage moments in the bullpen instead of just being the designated middle relief guy. And then it's like, well, now you're probably going to be a starter.
Yeah.
Right.
Uh, but yeah, no, I love it. I mean, if you look at like an ERA comparison, he's got the lowest one out of all the starting pitchers now, if he's going back to that rotation. And Keller had the highest, right? He was
Yeah.
close to like 5.5, I think, especially after that last start. And just, yeah, for those last couple of months, he had a few good starts here and there, but yeah, I mean, obviously, you don't ever want to see a guy get injured or anything like that, but I do think him going to the IL and being done with this season honestly helps us and allows us to stretch that pitching out even more. So, things to look forward to. But the main thing I'm concerned for this, not to jump ahead too much, but yeah, the main thing I'm kind of concerned these last couple of months is just the offense. Like our main hitters have not if you look at like the last 7, last 15, last 30 day splits for Lau, Reynolds, I mean O'Hearn, he was on the
Right.
IL, Valdez, like they're not good. Our sluggers are not slugging. And when you look at games we're losing, they're low scoring, which has been the opposite of what we've seen the first half of this season.
Yeah, you said it though. Like maybe we bring in someone at the deadline. It's like, okay, that was we're getting greedy. But with all the injuries, would have loved to see it, especially with the nothing's gone away with our struggles against left-handed starters. So
No,
with
not
that,
at
I think it went up to 9-24 now on the season
all.
against left when we're facing a left-handed starter. So could be a little bit of trouble when we face Scooble, Blake Snell, and the boys in the NLDS that second round. My goodness. But no, it's still the additions there and the offense. Yeah, they've carried us to this point. You want to see those guys come back. I think Cruz coming back will be huge. And I
Yep.
know that boost to get KG cannot come soon enough. And we still got some time for that. Got to get a month through to have that huge boost because of how dynamic he is. But yeah, no, we want to see the guys start bopping again to kind of back up everything that we've done here in the first half. And going back, Lucas, you hit on. I had the numbers for what we're paying Weaver, and that was a big deal. That also came with just the deal in general. One for one, we're giving up a single A prospect for a guy with 15 appearances in postseason. That's number one. But he's due over the next season. He's due 11 mil in the following season, but the Mets are eating six of that 11. So on the hook for that. And then this year, paying him a little over 200K. So it lets you still get creative there. I think that was a big reason that, Bobby Nutt gave the green light to even go and, and
Oh
do
yeah,
it as a whole.
100%.
Before we jump on Lucas, like we got to revisit the Cone Boys of the Month. JoeyO wanted nothing to do with it. We
Yes, we do.
used to do week to week. We went month, so we had the whole month of July. Which how quick was that month? My goodness, I feel like we were
Yeah.
just sitting here right before the All-Star game. Now we're sitting here almost a month later, and a lot of new faces on the squad. But Lucas, the floor is yours, man. You got the victory lap, even though O got DQ'd for his co-boy. JoeyO
That's
choosing
on me.
Cruzy. He had
Yeah,
Cruz.
I mean, I don't feel great about it. I mean, Valdez did get Rookie of the Year or Rookie of the Month for the NL this
Rookie of the
month.
year soon. Soon.
Yeah, right. Get ahead of myself. Sorry, but yeah, I mean, he definitely cooled off a little bit, like I was saying. I mean, a lot of the offense did. But yeah, I will take my victory lap on that one. He had a great first week of July, I feel like, and then kind of tapered off a little bit. But But yeah, he's still getting some walks. He's still
Yeah.
still has that eye, which is crazy for his age. But yeah, I think he'll have some adjustment. I mean, that's what the league's all about, right?
Right. And Triolo, I get the silver medal. JoeyO's
Yeah,
barely
you
on the
take that.
podium. Even though Triolo, I swear, man, I don't know what he's got to do to get bats. I feel like he'll have a good game and that's funny coming from me because we used to never be looking for Tree Man to be in the
No.
lineup.
Mickey,
But
Mickey G's trying to get him some ABs with his third base
Oh
play.
yeah.
yeah, man, the defense has not been great. That's something as you get deeper into these seasons. I know Rock always hits on it. And we talk about getting the offense back. You got to win these 3-2s, these
Mhm.
4-3 games, these tight ones, which perfect segue into last night, man. Bucco's, that's just a feel-good victory. You're coming off of the deadline, ended at 6 p.m. And we had a couple, those two deals, I think, came actually in the last one, the Yates came like after 6 o'clock. So obviously it happened before and then it releases. So you're like, man, we get another one. So on top of that, then the Buccos come in, they go to who used to be the House of Horrors, but now pure domination this year against the Brew Crews. My gosh, with the victory yesterday on Monday, it moved to 6-1, if I'm
Yeah.
looking at it
I
correctly.
think so, yeah.
Yeah, they played seven total games. This was the first of now a four-game series. So 6-1 against not the best team in the division, but the best team in the big leagues based on record. So don't let us get into the dance,
We
man.
can hang, baby.
Right? Don't let them get into the
No
dance.
problem,
So
man.
it's just it was a clean looking victory. I like seeing already what we could do with the pen after we had Bubba go into the sixth there. So I love that we could bump up and get Soto down a little bit earlier than we had previously.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, just again, even just, I know we talked a little bit about it, like just getting that closer and being able to put guys in more of specialist situations, I think is going to help. I mean, I feel like we all kind of said like Soto has stuff, but
Yeah.
it's not consistent enough to be like you're the closer, you're getting three outs. So it's nice to be able to say, oh man, this is a tough situation in the fifth, bring them in, get two lefties out, and then move on. Like and still have Montgomery and I assume Sisk at some point too, to still have the lefties out there. So yeah, it's all of a sudden it looks like a very deep bullpen, which is huge.
Yeah. And I mean, I think no one just ever got comfortable in those
Right.
situations for us. Like no one ever displayed any type of consistency until Ramsey Bolton, aka Mason Montgomery, recently, who
Yeah.
started locking down a little bit. I'd be cool with using him as the setup guy, honestly,
Yeah.
moving forward. Just I think he's kind of earned that. But yeah, just being able to stretch out those guys and like you said, use Soto for maybe those lefty specialist situations and
Yeah.
Dotel, he can go back kind of just eating innings if like a starter gets pulled early. So yeah, it's awesome. Feeling good about the pen, which I could not say a couple weeks ago, but
Right.
yeah, we just need to get those bats going and we need to play competitive ball these last 2 months and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the gauntlet continues. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Packy.
No, was gonna say, oh, I agree with the offense. I mean, I think what they're hoping is people start to get healthy and get back. I think it's gonna take Spence a few days, but Cruz, Spence, and Endy gets back going too. Like I think they'll be all right. I think they'll be able to weather. I mean, Jacob Gonzalez too, a trade earlier. I
Your
was not
guy.
I was not fully on board with it, but I feel like he's fit in really well and
Yeah.
almost again made. I mean, maybe this is looking a little too far down the line, but as a shortstop, made Stafora a little bit more expendable and kind of
Right.
pushed it being a first rounder just a year ago or what 2025 I think he was. So
Mhm.
yeah, I mean they've got youth and they're Charrington has hit on a lot of trades this year, so hopefully these relievers he hits on them too.
Yeah, yeah, and I think so, man. I think again, I still can't believe, like we said so many times, you were looking, Lucas, in the depths of the rosters for anyone who we could
Yeah.
feasibly acquire without breaking the bank or, shelling out Seth Hernandez or, one of our
Right.
big prospects. But yeah, I mean, we were sweating bullets thinking Murph Gray was going to get tossed out to Adrian Moreno or the whatever the
Right.
seventh guy for the Padres, and we ended up pulling Weaver, which was it's unreal. Cannot
Dude,
wait to
yeah.
see him pitch.
A one for one, man. I'm with you. We kept check anytime we saw a trade go through because it's always the big leaguer first, and then
Yeah.
you're waiting for that prospect. And we've been burned by that before in both this era and the Neil Huntington era, where it's the player to be named who is not the
Yes.
name you want to see.
Shane
But
Bosma.
Yeah.
right, right. So no, they made a splash, man. It's just great to be a buyer. That's obviously the theme here. Ep20 for the boys, HTC. We didn't even get to the move before Saturday. I alluded to it. I love that. The numbers weren't great for Camille Doval, but that's the other thing. We were digging deep. Okay, who are we going to add? And for a lot of times with relief pitchers, even if it is a no name, or I shouldn't say a no name, someone who isn't like a back end top name, if they have big numbers and they get in a new setting, it could make an impact. But I feel like we got nothing but big names, man. Like even Yates, I know he's older, big name. Camilo Doval, you go back not long ago, 2 years ago, he almost racked up 40 saves with the Giants in a very similar ballpark to PNC Park.
Yeah.
So, and you look at this year, everyone goes to, okay, wow, the ERA is super inflated. First off, I don't love ERA for relief guys. Most of them not even getting 70 innings in a season. So it's like, I think there's better metrics to look at, like your whip or even your opponent average. But for Duvall, Yankee Stadium this year, 7.0 ERA. Outside of Yankee Stadium, 2.2.
Yeah.
So,
Love that.
and dude, his stuff, he might have the best stuff of anyone because he's young. I don't think he's more than 26, 27, like electrifying stuff, man. So he's going to be an impact too. I think it's just, yeah, it was a position of need. They certainly added on, and the brutal stretch continues with, yeah, you're facing the gauntlet here. And they continue on. I couldn't believe you keep looking. This is their longest stretch of the season. We hit on it last Tuesday when they were opening up that previous series. Now they still have three more against the Brewers to close out the four, then three at home against the Mets, then finally an off day, August 10th. So it's like this is survive the gauntlet. It hasn't been a great stretch here, but I think that's got to be a shot in the arm for the team whenever you're bringing in some guys like that. And due to get reinforcements back, good to see Horowitz back, last night as well.
Yeah. And as you say that, Gator, I was kind of thinking like during this kind of rough stretch, this is either going to be a point where we look and say, "Oh man, we dropped some games," or "Oh man, thank God we won like two out of those when we were really not playing good ball." So it's going to be one of those two. I feel like at the end we're going to look back and say one of those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just survive and advancement. That's what they've been doing this year. What's their high water mark? It can't be. Oh, and I were talking about this past weekend.
Four,
Yeah,
four
4 or
games.
5. Yeah,
Yeah,
over.
Yeah, I
but
think
they
so. I think 4 or 5. Yeah.
what
But
one or two under 500 has been their low point.
Right,
yeah,
right. So
yeah.
it's both directions.
It's crazy. I mean, I think at some point in May we were five over,
Yeah,
500, and it's just never gone past that really. And it's been tough just having gotten synced up between starting bullpen and the offense. Something's always lacking somewhere that causes that to fall off a little bit. But yeah, we really got to put it into overdrive these last couple of months. Gator, you and me were doing the math on if we wanted to hit that 85 win mark. I think that's kind of what you're going to need to
yeah,
get that third wild card spot. And yeah, you're going to have to win, 30 of the last 50 games pretty much, somewhere around there. You're going to have a win rate of 60% going into these last 2 months. And I think we can do it, but like I mean, everything's got to click and it's got to start happening sooner rather than later, or by the end of this month, we could be out of it.
yeah. No, that's a good point. And yeah, it really seems like it's just been a situation where the team hasn't clicked all at once. So
Yeah.
you're kind of that's why they're a little bit of a frustrating team too, because they go through these stretches like man, they were putting up 10 runs a game. Like, why all of a sudden we can't hit the baseball for
Yeah.
so I just hopefully they get it all together.
And then we shocked the world in the postseason, man. I was already running scenarios. Okay, we're third. We finished third in the wild card, so we got to play the third best division winner. Bucco's Braves, baby. Rematch of 1992.
I mean,
Poetic.
those have
Long
been
way to go.